What skates do we actually use at LocoSkates? Gaston's here, Harry's here, I'm here. Hello.
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 We're going to talk about big wheel setups. We're going to talk about aggressive skate setups, possibly some wizard setups. Maybe at the end we'll talk about what setups we might get next. But this is real life. What skates do we actually use rather than just a video about the latest skate that's out? So this is real world stuff. Are you ready to become this intimate with our audience?
I'm ready to reveal all, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What should we do? Shall we just...
Should we just...
Yeah, I'm looking down the side of me here, and I've got 7 pairs of skates.
I was going to say, you're going to take the longest.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make this all about me, but I just happen to have the most pairs of skates. I think that's just because I just keep taking them and selling them and taking them, selling them and stuff, whereas you guys kind of have more of a consistent thing going on. Let's start with aggressive.
Let's all do our aggressive ones first then.
Yeah.
Should we all do aggressive first?
Go on, yeah, you start. What do you choose to ride on as an aggressive skate?
I choose to ride on the Fifth Element.
It's not a standard skate, everybody.
It's not a standard skate, it's a Fifth Element. Looks kind of like it. Does feel kind of like it, actually. It's not far off it.
Just to explain to all the really confused people why that looks like a standard skate.
Oh, I just added some tape and I just played with the sole plate a little bit.
But this was a year or so ago.
But this is pre-standard, yeah.
This is just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence. But I'm not the first person to do that. That's quite a common thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just always go back to using this boot. The size 6 works for my slightly bigger than size 6 feet. It's quite a nice accommodating boot. I just like the Roses cuff mainly. It's just super soft and low, which is how I like it personally. Not everyone likes it like that, but that's how I like it.
What about that dual density shell?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like that, the shell around the top of your foot is a bit thinner, and you could just if you had like a high instep, a high arch, it would push out a little bit. It doesn't really affect me, but that is something. And maybe do you think it reduces the weight of the skate? It's a fairly heavy skate actually. It's not the light skate.
It's just lucky that you can downsize in that, really. Otherwise, they're quite clunky, aren't they?
I wouldn't use it in the 728. It's just a bit too big and heavy. Yeah. I do sometimes also steal your Aeons and use those.
There's a lot of shared...
Yeah, luckily we're all kind of around the same feet size-ish. So, yeah, I do end up using your Aeons quite a lot.
Yeah, there's just kind of piles of skates downstairs, and we'll just grab... a lot of the time like the nearest one or the easiest one to find. It's funny actually, Gaston kind of knows. Gaston's got like a weird Rain Man style brain where he knows where all my pairs of skates are at any one stage, and I can never remember, so I'll just be like, hey Gas, have you seen my FR once? And you'll be like, they're in your hallway at home.
They're in your garage behind the
I have to ask Gaston every time I'm trying to find a pair of skates. So thanks for being my skate manager.
Yeah. I mean, I could mention loads of other skates that we mess around on, but that's the main one. Let's stick to the one we mainly use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that in a minute when you get to my 7 pairs. Harry, what's your aggressive skate of choice?
Yeah, I'm probably a really bad example. So this is a Them 908, which is Jake's original 908 that he purchased and sold to someone, and then I bought it off them after they sold it to someone else.
Oh wait, this has done the rounds and come back.
So yeah, this was Jake's,
and come back again.
And then went to Billy Doyle, then to Al Riley, and then to me.
That's amazing.
Wow. And then this is Gaston's Intuition liner, which I just yoink out of his skates whenever I want to use these. And then this is a returned, used them skates frame from a random customer ages ago. So.
But Harry can pretty much put on any skate and make it look good. So
yeah,
you're a bad example because you can you can skate anything well.
Yeah, those Aeons that are lying about that everyone keeps picking up.
Yeah.
They're too big for Harry as well. But I remember a few occasions of you just picking them up and doing some
something really good.
Tricks on them. Yeah.
These are also too big for me. And yeah, I guess I'm able to like make adjustments in my skating to accommodate the skates feeling weird or too big, I suppose. But I don't recommend skating something that's too big. But I like the 908. It feels totally totally fine. Basically, most skates I try on feel totally
Totally
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
It's true. I just
But
had
I-
this conversation. I did just speak to Ali at Stateside. It's about the new LocoSkate. I said exactly the same. He was just like, so yeah, they're arriving in a minute. Actually, the samples.
Example, yeah.
And he was like, just let me know what you think. And I was just like, dude, I think they're gonna feel the same as all the other skates. Like, the more that time goes on, the more skates I try, the more they all just merge into one. I'm just like, yeah, kind of feels the same.
So I can speak more later, but on if we talk about what skates next, there are lots of skates now which do actually fit me, and one of the reasons I've always been skating in skates that are too big or too small is because simply there wasn't anything on the market that actually fit me, but there is now. So
So you're gonna get the not so extra small in that.
yeah, I'll invest. So maybe I'll do mine now. So I'm actually interested in 3 skates. So they're not so extra
Oh
small.
wait, you're gonna tell us what you're gonna skate next?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Get that out of the way.
Do you want me to do that? Yeah, I'll just do it quick.
Yeah.
So the not so extra small, them skate 909, that fits me.
Yeah.
The Mesmer, since they've redesigned the shell, I think it's like the 39 to 40 size.
Right.
I'm interested in that. And then the new standard in the smaller size with an intuition liner. But I don't know what I would choose of one of those things.
Well,
But
think about it, and then when we get to the end of the video, this will give people inspiration to keep watching, and then you can reveal your final verdict.
big reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my aggressive skate.
I thought the 908, because the 908 is the same shape really as the 909, isn't it?
Pretty much, yes.
And I guess the 909 is obviously based on that. If I was to skate those side by side, in fact, I did. I just didn't really notice that much difference. And yeah, I'd buy a 909 just because it's got extra bits and it looks better. But you know, as in terms of the way it performs, pretty much the same, isn't it?
I wondered if they were going to carry on the 908 and 909 together, like the 908 to be like a budget version.
yeah.
But I don't know. That's not happening.
That was the plan at first, but he doesn't seem to have done that. Cool.
What are you on?
Oh wow, which one should I pick? So what I will say is my current skate setup is the standard. Is that someone at the door? Actually,
Is it just like might be a delivery driver doing their usual like?
so Gaston's just dealing with a customer, but I'll continue with my setups. The standard, what's it called? The standard Omni is my official current setup with an intuition liner, but I haven't got it in because it's in one of my other setups. Yeah, you saw the last video, so go and I'll put the link in the description. So I won't talk too much about it, but I really like it, and the shell fits me nicely. The smaller shell is a good size for my foot.
It's a good skate.
I love it.
It's a good skate.
It's been ever since when we put out that video. We were early putting out the video, so we hadn't seen a lot of the feedback yet, and a lot of people are talking about ankle issues. Some people talking about the heel being tight. There's been a lot of talk about that online, but they felt fine for me. I still think the ankle was like slightly tight, but the more I wore it, the better it got. So
Yeah, maybe we're blessed with good ankles, but maybe if you've got a wider ankle,
yeah,
maybe that's what it is. But
I mean the T-neck skate looks good. That arrived in the last few days as well. But when I put the T-neck skate on, it doesn't fit my foot. It's it's like the arch is like digging right in, so that doesn't work for me.
what I liked about that is I felt really like low in the skate, like very like my foot and heel was really like in there
In the T-neck or in
the standard.
standards?
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I like the look of it as well. But what else down here? Well, the skate I've been skating for the last couple of years is the Icon AG20. I like the Icon AG20 because it's got this big cheating sole plate and it's like kind of heavy, and I just felt like when I tried it on, I just felt like everything was really solid. I put a second skin liner in it. It works best with that skate, and my fit second skin liner. And I just like the solidity of it and the cheating sole plate. So that's been my setup for the last probably 18 months before the standard Omni skate. And the other one that I just keep going back to every so often in between other skates is the Aeons. I thought I was going to get these just for the review that we did probably a couple of years back now. They just sent me some of these, and I've just kept them in my car, and I do use them every so often. And like we said earlier, everyone else just keeps putting them on too. Like people seem to just like, it's just a good one to just chuck on and feel good about.
It's just easy out the box skate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even again, too big for me, but just kind of like you can tighten it up, it works.
Yeah, I really do like the Aeon 2. So I'm going between lots of different things. Actually, what I am actually doing is I'm skating a standard on my right foot and Loco boot on my left foot. I can't really talk about the Loco boot, but yeah, Loco boot is my left foot, but I've not set up a right Loco boot yet. I'm still just testing it on the left. I have to say, when I skated an Aeon on my right the other day and the Loco on my left, and I'm not just saying this. The Loco, it just felt better. It felt a better fit on my foot, and the same against the standard as well. Like, so I'm really happy so far.
Interesting that you went for the left foot and not the right, because you're predominantly right-footed.
What it was I had Panos build. He was going to build both skates,
And then you built
and
the
then he
left
got
one
halfway
first.
through, and then yeah. So
Panos.
yes, bloody hell, you can only ever do half a job, can't he?
Yeah, Gen Zs, don't employ them.
But yeah, when he gets back from being in bloody Mauritius or wherever he is, then he can do the other half if he ever comes back. Love you, Panos.
Yeah.
Shall we wait for Gaston to get back?
Before we do the next one,
Well, we're gonna have to wait for him because
yeah, we've run out of skates to talk about.
yeah. Or
And
maybe you could talk about your skate.
technically next, yeah, I could talk about, yeah. All
You
right.
could talk about your wizard setup.
Well, yeah, my other skate, which I use for everything, but most obviously for Wizard, is a Seba CJ Carbon. It's one of the original grey ones, which I've had for a while. I got it before the black one came out, and yeah, so I gutted it and had an Intuition liner, and then recently upgraded to the Wizard Base High Intuition liner. And yeah, I've had various Wizard frames over the time, and I have other like UFS frames which are not Wizard. So this is like if I do any big wheel skating, I use this. I just take the frame off and put a different frame on.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just use the Wizard frame as well.
Is that your what's that called? That wizard frame?
This one is the ADV 76, so the Wizard Advance with the 76mm wheels in the middle.
And what's that on the outside?
On the outside, it's 100.
100.
And so yeah, that's an E39. So the smaller wheels in the middle gets you a bit lower to the ground, which
That's
is
a
nice.
crazy setup, man. That looks difficult.
Yeah, I guess if you've never used anything like it, it would be it would feel pretty weird. I'm quite sure. I don't know whether I want to keep the Velcro strap, no strap, or this on here. Still deciding. But yeah.
I like how we're both skating skates. We make a video about like aspirationally, like, oh, what did the Loco guys skate? And we both got like taped up, like
Yeah.
bashed up old skates.
Well, these are so old, so they've like heated up and cooled down. So all of this is just like peeling off. But that carbon fiber underneath is fine. So I see, I've just taped it down, and when tape comes off, I just tape it down again, I guess.
We need to buy some new skates. That's what we need to do.
Yeah,
We
well,
should be skating around in spick and span, brand new.
yeah, we
skates.
should. Well, I will get eventually the Wizard Base High top skate, but I just don't have the money right now. But that's the future Wizard skate for me.
Okay. He's back. Look, we continued without you. It's all right.
Should we tell you what you missed?
You missed Jake talking about 7 pairs of aggressive skates,
I was going to say, I'm surprised that I missed all of that. I thought that would have been going on.
and Harry talking about his wizards.
Yeah. Oh, another thing as well. So some of the tape is strategic, just because I actually don't like the red branding from Seba, so I just taped over all of the logos.
A Debouché.
Debouché, yeah.
How about that high intuition liner? That's new. It's the wizard like specific one.
Yeah, so there's 2 Intuition Wizard liners. So there's the Intuition Wizard base liner and the base high liner. And so this just gives me some extra height, because obviously if you look at the Wizard base high skate, they are specifically for the Wizard Advanced frames. And then so you have a higher liner which accommodates the extra straps. But this is kind of a useful in-between product to have before I transition to that high top skate. Does that make sense?
All right. Yep. So that sounds like a good halfway house.
Yeah.
while we're on the subject of wizard,
Hmm.
this is my wizard setup, which I just never. I've like used it twice.
I've never seen you skate.
Yeah. But basically, I built the wizard setup. I'm busy, and if I'm gonna skate, when you're busy, I feel like I just want to do what I know I can do, and because I'm just not very good at wizard skating, I just like haven't. I don't want to like spend ages learning something when I've got limited time where I could just be out like shredding on some other skates that I'm better at skating on. So yeah, this is my kind of aspiration to be an amazing wizard skater, but it hasn't really worked out. I'd usually have an intuition liner in there too, which because I just swap them between skates. But yeah, that's a PR 76 millimeter 5-wheel wizard skate.
Nice. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I don't.
On a them skate, I wouldn't recommend going bigger than an 80, a PR 80. I wouldn't do like the NR 100 or anything like that.
Maybe one day I'll be an amazing wizard skater, but
Hey, there's plenty of time. One of the things I like about wizard skating is that, you know, it's really easy on your joints
yeah,
because you can just go to a car park and just
yeah.
cruise around. So, you know, you might find in the future you make more time for it.
I went to the roller disco with Joy, and I thought I'll wear the wizard skates to the roller disco because that'll be fun. I can like kind of, you know, low key do some like little moves in the roller disco while she goes around. And Joy's my 4-year-old daughter, and I like fell flat on my face on the roller disco. I
It does
caught
hurt,
I caught my
actually, yeah.
front wheel and my back wheel.
No,
I wasn't
right.
used to the length of the frame, and I fully fully fell over, flat on the floor in a roller disco.
So actually, and this is a funny thing with, you know, if you skate curbs, maybe because you're going a bit slower whilst you're wizard skating than you would be if you was tearing at a grind, you might think you'd hurt yourself more going really fast at a grind, but you don't. Yeah, like your fall also has your momentum involved. So when I found I've tripped up on my skates doing a wizard style trick, there's no momentum, so it's just like flat onto the floor straight away. And like if you've got bad wrists,
That's exactly what I did in the roller disco. I fully did my like wrist because it was just straight
kind
down.
of fall with your momentum on when you're going faster, you know.
That's
I
interesting.
think your mindset as well would, if you're doing an aggressive trick, is there is the idea that you could fall, whereas with stuff you might not think you're going to, but you can do.
More
of course.
unexpected, perhaps. Yeah.
Those type of falls where you catch your wheels together as well, they're the worst ones because there's really like it's like they get stuck together. There's no getting out of it. Like if you fall on an aggressive trick coming off a grind or something, you can kind of like stumble out and roll off and do whatever, but just kind of getting stuck and just like toppling over almost is the worst.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's how I did my wrist. That's how I broke my wrist on the marathon. Caught him on the back of Gaston's skates.
You should just have. I think you should just use short frames.
Short
now.
wheelbase. yeah.
Stick to the short wheelbase. I
I
think.
should do. Yeah, definitely. So let's go for like big wheel setups then. Gaston, what's your?
I don't have a wizard frame, but I have an endless frame.
Yeah. So you don't have a wizard setup, right?
No.
No.
But if you put, this has got 3x100 mils on because I was going for a longer cruise with my daughter on her bike. But if I was going to try and do some freestyle stuff or go indoors, and I would have it by 4x80, and it's got a little bit of rockery in it like a wizard frame. It's not exactly the same, but it's a similar idea.
Also, those are my wheels.
Those are your wheels. I stole your wheels. Yep.
So I built myself a really nice setup.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, and then the wheels just disappeared, and I've never skated it ever since because Gaston's had my wheels.
They've been downstairs.
If you want to know, how look, even a non-rain man can tell you they've been sitting by the back door for about 6 months.
So what skate is it? Tell us about what skate.
That's an FR1 boot.
It looks kind of gross.
Well, it's
Is that an old warranty as well?
It's an old bashed up one that someone returned about a year ago or something. So
What was wrong with it?
it had a crack on the shell there on the other one.
Again, like aspirational LocoSkates stuff.
It's just
Skating just bashed up old skates with cracks in
it's
them.
crazy, isn't it? But yeah, it works really well. It's one of the best shells out there for freestyle stuff. Works, yeah. Can't knock it. I mean, I took all the strappy bits off because
You want to go faster.
I'm not really trying to do anything. Like I'm not trying to do any tricks as such. Like really, I'm just
Going
trying to
straight
have fun.
line,
on it.
yeah.
It's just a fun skate to cruise around on. So I don't need sliding straps.
Where's your adapts?
Daps, yeah, those were a good setup.
because that's what those wheels were on initially.
They were, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think I sold the adapts.
The frames are about. I can find them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the adapts
need
probably
them.
went on eBay. I think
Oh yeah.
I like those though; they were good. So right, so that's one of your big wheel setups, but then you've also you're interchanging between.
I mean, like before that, I found that I just was using the old RB Cruiser boot. I haven't got it set up, but there's the shell. Basically, what I like to do is use a really cheap shell and just put premium parts around it.
yeah,
I just think that's a really good
Totally,
way of doing a skate. Just have a really good, lightweight, accommodating shell and premium it up with other parts. Make it nice with other parts.
that's probably good advice. There, really good advice.
I didn't realize it's got the metal base plates on the attachment bit. It's cool.
I love all the bashed up setups we've come through with so far.
What else have I got on my? I've got my aggressive one. I was using the new everything frame for a bit
Yeah,
as trying to skate flat. Convince myself I can skate with flat wheels, but I'm just going to be honest and say I just much prefer skating with anti-rock on.
cool,
So
awesome.
Anti-rock is fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
How you don't have a big wheel skate because you just skate the wizard skate, right?
Yeah, I
You've
just
got something else, haven't you? You've got like when you have 125 FR wheels or something.
yeah. Well, again, yeah, it was just like on a warranty. It was when Muzzle was exploring sort of endurance, and so I was experimenting with like an FR shell, the same as yours, and 125s, and yeah, I didn't like it. Basically, it was too big.
That was like you tried to do some like long distance stuff in that, didn't you?
Yeah, some like
Really
30
long,
to 60 mile kind of range
long
things.
skates. Yeah.
And it did work, but yeah, I found a smaller wheel was better, so I was using a 4x100 for that, but just on this boot.
If you had to buy a kind of skate that's like a recreational freestyle skate, what would you buy?
If I had to do one, yeah, I think I would lean towards the an obvious choice of the FO1 AT with the Intuition liner. So like
FO1 Deluxe.
FO1 Deluxe, yeah. Just because the sizing works well. Yeah, I think that's what I would choose.
Okay, well, okay, good segue because officially in my head, yeah, this one I showed you earlier, the FR1. This is essentially an FR1 Deluxe Intuition liner in an FR1 boot. And what frames did I have? The adapt frames on here. Had the Symmetrics frames with 3 wheels, right? With the
Quite
Manta
short
wheels.
though, wasn't it? I think it's quite a short frame, wasn't it?
I don't know, can't remember, but yeah, that's kind of in my head what I officially think my setup is, even though it's not been built for like 2 years because you've had the wheels. And then I keep just finding myself going to, I haven't got them. Where have we? Oh, I must have left them downstairs. Hold on, I'm going to cut and bring it back up because I need to show them.
What is it?
Don't know. It's exciting. Robert, stay here. Stay. You're doing some rancid farts today, Wilbur. Ah, of course.
So yeah. So what I instead actually find myself getting these ones out and riding these. And there was a time where I had the FR1 Deluxes and these both in the back of my car, and I found myself like going to these more often. There's something about them just being like, I guess it's that frame being like riveted on or something. Like they felt like really solid, and they just felt like the short wheelbase 3 wheels. I don't know. I just liked them. I think they're great. The Power Slide Zoom, I'm a big fan of, and that one's the Loco one, so even better. And then those.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were well into those.
I am actually. This has like really organically come about because I've had these for ages, and it's another one where I just find myself reaching for them. And when Joy's at the roller disco, that's the one I go for. That or the aggressive Aeon, actually, because aggressive wheels work really well in a roller disco setting, just because they like accelerate really fast. So Aeon 80s, I also use them quite a lot. Okay, well, we've got through our skates, but the ultimate question is, what's next? What skates? What aggressive skates would you buy next, Gaston? And what kind of freestyle skates would you buy next?
Well, on the initial try on, just on the first things that arrived, the new Loco boot could be quite interesting as an aggressive boot. So that would be cool if that could be.
Let's pause on that for a second, because that is interesting, because I've not really asked you guys, because I'm raving about the Loco boot.
Well, that's probably the aggressive skate you've skated literally the most hours recently is that boot, because you've had it on for sessions, haven't you? So,
but the liner's not finished, and obviously the aggressive sole frame, we don't even have a prototype of that yet. But just as a boot, I think it feels really good.
I think so as well.
I mean, I haven't skated it, but yeah, on my foot it fits really nicely. I think I have a similar experience to the Zoom, which I think is a great out the box. Put it on your foot and it feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Skate. But yeah, I guess I haven't skated it, so I don't know. If my next skate, I would probably stick to what I know and go them. But obviously, when the Loco boot's here, I'm gonna try and skate it.
Oh, we'll see what it looks like when it finally comes.
Yeah, don't make it ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was just putting it out there. That's like, I would probably wait for that.
Yeah. What about Rex skate?
Um,
Just say Loco boot. Should we just all say Loco boot? And this is the whole point of the video.
no, I think if you were like, hey, just whatever, just go and get a skate, I would probably just go and pick a pair of twisters up. I think
Twisters.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good question. If you had to just walk into the warehouse.
yeah, if that was it, I would, and if you said put one on, take one, and you have to go and skate on it all day now, I would do the twister, because I'm pretty sure I would really enjoy it.
And if I said go into the warehouse now and pick an aggressive skate to skate today, what would you skate?
Probably just a different Aeon, I would have thought.
Different Aeon.
Yeah.
Okay. Those Richie ones look good.
The Richie one, yes, because it's got the skin on it. That's the one I would do, because I think the ones with the skin on it just add. I like the tiny bit of weight it adds to it, and the solid feeling it gives it with the skin on it. So yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
Harry, go into the warehouse, pick a pair of skates. Which one? Aggressive.
Both of the ones that I would pick aren't in stock, though.
Oh, well.
Does that mean I have to pick
the
something
useless
else?
shop? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's not in stock? Oh,
Well, I'd get them 909, yeah, in the not so extra small. That's what I'd go and pick.
Okay, cool.
But they'll be arriving soon. And then I would also get the Wizard base.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
And you?
Well, without saying Loco boot, what aggressive skate would I skate now? I should have thought about this before we started filming, because I didn't really. There's so many good options, because I've already got the.
It feels like you would just pick the standard out again, right?
Yeah,
would
but
you?
I've already got that, so I guess like what would I?
Yeah, what's next?
Okay, I mean, I'm going to just say the Loco boot, because it will be the next.
Why don't we say
but-
you have to pick a boot that you haven't really?
Oh, if I haven't really had before.
Yeah, someone's like, you have to pick one that you haven't really had much experience with. I would probably say the Sway, actually.
Yeah, Sway was good when I tried it before.
Because
But do you know what always comes to my head is like Razor SLs as well.
Yeah, but you've used that a lot in the past.
I've used it in the past, but
Yeah.
like it keeps coming back to visit me in my dreams.
Maybe the SL with the one-piece sole plate.
An SL with a one-piece sole plate,
That's
yes.
really sick.
Yeah.
Setup, yeah.
Well, yeah. In my case, then I would want to try the Mesmo with the new adjusted sizing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. And then for the big wheel setup for me, I know this one. I'd skate that FR Neo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I will wait. I will wait for the dual density one with the Intuition liner if I have to, but which is coming in a couple of months. But I'm sold on that. I'm sold on the mount. I'm sold on how low they ride. I'm sold on them having an Intuition liner. I'm sold on the dual density shell being like, form fitting to your foot. So yeah, that's a bit of me.
Yeah, you've picked out. I didn't pick out very expensive skates, but that's me.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show. That's probably a good way of showing like it's not always price relative.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's particularly the case with aggressive skates. Like you just like what you like, don't you? Like because those Montres, whatever they are, 550 quid. They're really high end, expensive skates, and they're really great in lots of ways, carbon fiber, and they're really unique. But not everyone, even price aside, not everyone would skate them just because they're not for everyone. So it goes for, I'm not picking on Montre. I'm just saying like I suppose what I'm saying is like maybe some of those carbon fiber skates, you're either a carbon fiber guy or you're not.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. And also I think like you could for me, a lot of the more expensive skates don't work because I don't like a really high stiff cuff. That's like I just don't like that. It's just not for me. So that's what it rules out for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not the same as everyone. You prefer a much higher, stiffer cuff, don't you? So.
Well, yeah, on the big wheel stuff I do for sure. Yeah, I'm not as fast on aggressive.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Duncan, who
What's
works for Loco, he's one of us. You don't see him on video, but he's graphic design, but he works from home in Scotland. But I asked him what setups he had as well, and he sent me a picture which I'll put on the screen. But
An M12.
the answer is M12 in every single setup.
A whole bunch of M12.
A whole bunch of M12s. Yeah.
I would say the M12 is the model that I've skated the most over the years.
Yeah.
If I was to like add up the hours I've used to skate, it would be the M12. Yeah. What do you think is the skate you've used most over the years? Aggressive.
Solomon.
Solomon, obviously, yeah.
K2 obviously for me.
KT for you, yeah. Okay.
Both of which don't make aggressive skates anymore.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. The other thing I was going to mention is if it still if it still happens. If not, I'll cut this out. The other thing I was going to mention was Tom Moyse is going to be working with us. So he's going to be doing a bunch of product videos. So Tom will still be working on his channel as usual, but he'll be joining us on the Loco channel to do product stuff. So we're able to get more videos out because we just don't have time. So Tom is up for it. And so hopefully you're going to be seeing a lot of Tom doing product stuff on Loco channel. And you'll be able to find a lot more content from us that way.
Nice.
So that's it. Anything more to add? Nothing more to add from us. That was what skates do we actually use. And you can watch some other LocoSkates videos here and here and see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Fucking fly flew right into my face.
It's on your mic now. Is it on your mic?
It's on the mic, yeah.
On the mic.